I'm joined now by GPs Una Coles and Mona Mansouri. What do you think about this, Una? Good idea or waste of money?
It's a complete waste of money. We have a responsibility for taxpayers' money, and they pay into the NHS and they expect it to deliver basic medical health care. This is paying for luxuries, and it's an abuse of the system. We should go after who authorised these payments for holidays, for Indian scalp massages, for game consoles. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's an abuse of the system.
Quite a few of our viewers, Mona, would agree with that. Della Jane James says, no wonder there's no money in the NHS for treatment because of this. Anthony Bird, the NHS is for medication, not relaxation. This is costing £100 million. No small amount there.
It isn't, but I think we have to remember that with these health budgets, the whole point was these are chronically unwell people with really serious medical conditions on whom the NHS already spends a huge amount of money, possibly more than what is being spent here. And we do have a real issue in the NHS with engagement and compliance. And the idea about having patients have a voice in their own care was that they would probably be more engaged in things that they chose to have as part of their care. And the other important thing to take into consideration here is that even though there were lots of things which sounded frivolous on the list of expenditure with regards to these budgets, a lot of the money, a huge chunk, in fact the majority, was still spent on traditional care.
Exactly, we saw in Kathy's piece there a set-top box being bought, where if you just heard that, you think, well, why can't they buy their own? However, it led to quite a big impact on the patient's life.
I think there are other measures that they could use. I mean, physiotherapy has tools that don't cost as much. And I mean, even walking exercise costs nothing, or sitting outside and enjoying nature. And there's so much we should be spending our money on in the NHS. I mean, we have to take care of our staff. We're not paying them enough. We can't retain GPs. We're replacing GPs with physician's assistants from America. It's wrong to spend it this way.
Maybe it's a step in the right direction, though, that this is the NHS being more preventative than wasting a lot more money, perhaps, on trying to find cures and curing people once they're already ill.
We are concerned about prevention for the majority, but this is about treating the minority, 4,800, and giving them 120 million, averages up to about £25,000 each. So each person is getting between 1,000 and 50,000. Most people don't even earn 25,000. And then they're saying, well, okay, we're giving you this money. Now I want you to feel good, improve your well-being and your health. Well, how would you like to spend that? Oh, I would like an iRobot so I don't have to clean the house. Oh, I'd like a game console so I can just practice playing tennis.
Philip Smith says, Mona, a waste of money. Why not a duck house as well as the summer house that was mentioned? And NHS England says they will come down hard on people who are seen abusing this, which suggests perhaps they think that it could be abused.
It can be, and I completely agree with looking into how these budgets are spent. I think it's very important to A, cap them, and B, look at who's authorising them and what standards they're using to decide on what measures can be paid for out of NHS budgets. Of course, there will be frivolous things, there will be silly things that will be paid for, but I think on the whole, some of these things do have some evidence to show that they help. For example, music therapy and art therapy, we know that it helps people who are chronically depressed or people with mental health issues. We know that using things like Wii Fits can help rehabilitation after strokes or after surgery. So perhaps we need to think a little bit more outside the box and consider, every option. And I think you're right that we should definitely be more careful with taxpayers' money. I completely agree with that. But I think we can't be totally prescriptive about how we do that.
Thank you both very much indeed. Now, the information